I bought a bunch of seeds, one, and then I'm just also like looking at my garden and I'm thinking about some massive reworks that have come to mind, and I'm just checking on areas. So I'm gonna show you some things I saw. The whole area is very weedy. Anyway, this was a circle garden around the tree ring from last year. We've got a wild cherry tree here and wild black cherry, and I think it's persimmons. Yeah, there should be a persimmon tree next to it. Um, they're really intertwined. I'm like looking at them. I'm like, I want to cut a persimmon tree because I really like the black cherry. But then I see this one over here and it's the same thing. So I'm like, this is just nature. Let me just leave it be. Anyway, I had a whole circling of Dusty Miller, and I thought they all died back to the ground, but apparently not really. So we'll see if they come back. Here's one. Here's another. Anyway, and it continues on, right? Here's my gardenia. This is the gardenia I bought last year. I don't remember the exact name, but it's not the. I want to say the other one is a little Dottie. This is a taller one, so she's looking really nice actually. So I'm really happy with that. Again, here's one Dusty Miller. Another. I just saw. Oh, um, a Hookerah. Right. Okay. I think there should be a silver one also besides the purple one. Hopefully it came back. Here's the hydrangea. I don't think is dead, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's give it a. She seems pretty. Well, that one maybe not so much. She seems. I think she's gonna come back. I think she's fine. Here's the gardenia from 2 years ago that got moved several times, and this is his newest move. Here is it Japanese Aurelia? I also moved a peony root here. I don't know that it's gonna survive it though, so I guess we'll see. That's what it's looking like from the back, right? I had seen some impatiens seeds, and I'm like, nah, why do I want to grow impatiens? And I'm like, I should have gotten some impatiens seeds. They fill out nice. I don't think they sell some impatiens. I doubt it. Why would they do that? At least, why would they do that to people who are not like growers and nurseries and whatnot? I still want to say that wholesalers and nurseries have to buy plugs from the growers, regardless. Um, Here is the arborvitae that I got on sale for $2 that I nestled in there, but it got knocked over. Um, I don't know how cold it got when I wasn't here. And so, this is the drive. And I already pushed all the lights back. But no matter where I put these things, for some reason, people are always driving over them, whether it's delivery people or people who, are familiar with the spot. Someone's always driving over something, so they always have to get replaced. So there's always a broken one somewhere. Anyway, I made it wider, so that's one thing. I'll probably actively try and keep that area of like brush very clear this year. When we moved here, when we were looking at homes, the whole thing was like, oh, I thought it'd be cool to have a horseshoe drive. Essentially, we have like a horseshoe, but it's around the house, and there's usually cars parked, and it's not necessarily super wide around the house. So probably around the house, I'll try and widen it up too. I have some shrubs I want to try and move out, and probably just push actual like structure type things back. We'll see, I guess, because apparently wide enough is not wide enough for a lot of people. So the idea was and still is to eventually put pavers behind there, up against the what do you call it? The vinyl. I forget what you call that bottom siding. Um, so that's still the idea. And okay, obviously there's the front bed that's not attached to the house. Great, fantastic. Um, the idea was this is I mean it is a walkway up to the house. Fantastic. And I added more stuff in the middle to make it a bit more like lined because we made the box and everything else was just kind of like disheveled. So the idea had been that I was just gonna buff this up with plants this year. Really make it really thick with plants this year. And I still think that's the idea. I'm not really sure what my mother means to do with these because we had the one, but now this is taking up space, and that goes back to the whole making the area wide enough for cars. Blah blah blah. Um, you know. And so here's one spot I've been adding organic material to the food scraps we have. It's not really close to the house, but I'm sure I've seen one of the cats come in, one of those feral cats come in looking for food or whatever. But anyway, the idea is I'm gonna have beds of flowers in the front here, sheltered flowers from my flower farming, whatever the heck I want to call it. Um, but also, given that I said about this whole thing with the cars, I don't want people very callously disregarding my plans, which they tend to do. Some guy who was came to the wrong spot. He came delivering wood, I guess, on his hitch to his truck. And then I was trying to get my sister to move the car so he could get out, but he just really in a rush, like moved, like almost broke one of my plants. He didn't. He broke one of the sticks that was in front of it, and he like ran off. Didn't acknowledge that he broke it. Very rude. Anyway, so I had wanted to. I actually just went inside looking at stuff. I'm like, can I move these shrubs right now? But we're going down to below freezing today, and the next couple days are going to be cold, so not anytime soon. I don't know if I should get I'm sure we have one maybe. But well, no, the linemen came and they were marking out the lines where the electric lines go. They came and they spray painted the ground. So I'm like, should I do that with the beds? There's also cardboard that I could use to start marking out areas that could be beds or woolly beds. Also, do I want them long rectangles like this? Do I want them little squares that I could walk around? I have to plot that out. Yeah, and then I had bought grass, but okay, different plans. Plans change. Also, though, this area next to this bed gets really weedy. And I originally was thinking about making this like a rainwater type of thing because I feel like, or not like a rainwater, but like a little like mini meadow type thing over here. But now that I'm like formal plans, it's time to smother everything out. So there's a lot of weeds that are always blowing into this little seed heads. I'm not gonna do the most to clean them because it kind of is pointless. Some of the anthus are showing green again, which okay, on track. Yeah. I'm gonna be cluttering a lot of things in this garden this coming year. These are some zinnias I got from Walmart. They were like this nice orangey pattern, but I feel like they were probably sterile, so I don't think they're coming back. But if they do, that'd be great. Whatever. There should be some autumn joy sedum somewhere. I don't know that they're. Oh yeah, autumn joy sedum, lemon coral, lemon coral, lemon coral. I will not make the mistake of putting a giant. Well, I should say I'm going to be clearing out this area where this marigold grew really big and forever crowded out the lemon coral that was here. Lemon coral didn't get as big as this one, right? Because that's one. This one didn't necessarily get as big either, but it looked really pretty in the height of its growth. So when these marigolds pop up, and there's going to be marigolds littered all over the place because these plants are too prolific, I'm going to be pulling them up and aligning them around the beds. So the same way these front beds have been lined with marigolds that happen at the end of the season, and I'm sure they're going to self-see themselves anyway. I'm just going to be lining everywhere. It's going to get marigolds, I guess. I also mean to put like a window box in the front of on the doors or the front panels out on the other side of the door, whatever, and then plant things up there. So we'll see. There's going to be so many marigolds, I'm sure. At this point of the year, the birds are mostly just around using random sticks, like the sticks I have around this pile of compost, we'll call it. They use them as little branches to stand on, and I suppose poop and whatnot. They also use the motion sensor light as a thing to stand on. I'm going over in my head if a fountain is at some point an idea. Oh, they do poop on the screen. Yeah. Anyway, because if anything, I just want to get a lot of dragonflies to counter the mosquitoes in the summer. But that's a future consideration. So these roses, these are my drift roses. Okay, they're mostly defoliated. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Here's the lower petal. I'm looking solid. Here's this older osmanthus. Okay. She's doing something. Here's this hunk of love. Wow, she's just gorgeous. She's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. She's just beautiful. You can't really tell much, I don't think. Or maybe you can. Yeah, you can. but it's time the flash is on. That's after 5:30. So anyway, I got this on clearance. I forget how much we got it for, or it was bought for, or whatever. And the whole thing was this bottom part is bare, and I'll clear it up at some point. I don't really mind, actually. I don't really care. So yeah, and so I said I'm gonna move the shrubs. I don't know where I'm gonna move them to though. I'm thinking about where I'm gonna put the shrubs. I've got one abelia and 2 crepe myrtles. I also was thinking maybe here I'd have another trellis, and I could put my what do you call this? Something with a C. Up and vine. Oh my God, what is it? Clematis. I got my clematis here. I'm not sure about that though. Some lilies. There's so many plants. But everything is looking as it should, and I'm just working plans in my mind. I've got to go pick up my nephew now. So, the lavender. Yeah, this has got to be. We gotta get a lot of mulch. We gotta take out a lot of grass. A whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah. Unfortunately, my beauty beard didn't do much this super late into the season. I probably have to get a non-native art, like a full native. She did at some point have berries, and it was her first season in, so maybe next year. Oh, look at all this. That's something. Lichen, fungi, aha, aha. And so all the gladiolus that lined this area over here, for the most part, presumably all of them. I'm sure there's a stray somewhere. They're here. So there should be a big flush, a big grouping of gladiolus here. There's the, not Weigela. Not white wisteria, the blue moon Kentucky wisteria. Initially I have this with a little pathway over there, and the idea is to put some of a plant in a pot maybe over there to block the well cover from view. I'm probably gonna get a lot of dianthus because the perennial dianthus I've moved in there has and is doing great. Has done and is doing great. I think this dahlia will come back. That's the dianthus. I don't know if the other 2 dahlia will come back. I need a lot more organic matter in these beds. I need to mound them up. As I said before, I'm going to be pulling that line back. I'm going with widening the driveway. I'm probably going to widen it up there as well. What? What? See the planter? Yeah.